Good morning everybody, welcome to Edinburgh Airport. For those who don't know me, I'm Mark, and for those who do, how you doing? Show opener from Aer Lingus, their A350 flight from Dublin. I'm still doing setup stuff in time-honoured tradition. Just bear with me team while I just tweak the tripod a little bit. Not quite happy with its position. I'm also joined by Hawkeye Danu, trackside.
Morning. That's a workout. Morning everyone.
Poor Hawkeye's been back to the motor and blowing.
Yep.
You know, there was a time once where I had to go back for something and I'm all set up like this and I've got to go back. I've just got to, because I think I've left something valuable out on the front seat. Don't think I have, but I can't be certain. Legged it back there and back here. I was almost like, well, on the point of expiry.
55 years of age, I think is enough. It's time to give up and that kind of carry on.
So I kind of convinced myself that's what I'd done, got there and I hadn't. I'd packed it in the glove box.
Always the same story, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can't afford to find out, can you?
No, can't go back to a broken window.
Right, let's just get my notes up first. So let's just see if the sound is okay before I go deeper in. So bottom up, who's the first sound I see? Gary Fleming, thank you so much buddy for confirming sound is good, and therefore let's launch at that. So here we are, first stage if you will of our double header here from Edinburgh Airport. Pretty gorgeous day here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be much less gorgeous at Aberdeen. I think it is gorgeous there at the minute.
The sun just breaking through on the house, the bottom of the house.
As Hawkeye says, things are looking good, especially if we go a little bit over to where the sun is coming from, but we ain't keeping good, so don't get too attached to it. I think we're going to be all right here, but that's as good as it gets. So let's just check if there's anything else I need to draw your attention to. So thinking about a couple of quick bits, emoji wise we've got the minty blue Canadian Air Canada tail fin emoji in the suite, so members, that one is available to you, so hopefully you're going to enjoy that. It's going to be a short show today and there's plenty of action to be had in that. We've got the Qatar Airways A350 due to go out at 8 o'clock or thereabouts. We've got United inbound, United Airlines that is, not Manchester United, inbound from New York, Newark and Chicago respectively. Both planes running late but should land within the hour, so that's going to be good for us because we're going to stay live till about quarter past 10. The WestJet Dreamliner is our pinnacle plane. And of course we've got Delta Airlines inbound from Boston and New York JFK with their 767. So we are looking pretty tidy. Ooh, so the Delta flight from Boston is due in 9 minutes. Excellent. So heavy action pending. I think that's going to give me a great opportunity to get into the chat and say some hellos. Now I think Scottish Linda might have actually been first in the chat. I saw Scottish Linda had a post yesterday evening. So Linda, how goes it? I don't know why first in the chat disappears when you go live.
I think that must have been me.
What, you've deleted Linda, right?
I was the first one to chat to you this morning.
Well, you technically were airside. No one's trumping that because there's no one about, is there? Us early birds. Anyway, firework moment, because you know I like a firework or two. And Teresa Carver, good morning to you, Teresa. Welcome. And I'm Mark, as covered in the introduction. Teresa has joined the PSA Crew Lounge, so thank you for supporting the channel directly through taking membership, Teresa. We do try hard to put the money to work, and today's a good example of that. As always, we like to celebrate with a rash of fireworks, so here we go. We're certainly not going to catch that
No.
one with this lens. Righty ho, let's get into the hellos anyway. Deborah Speller, big wave from Mark. Keith Cornell, big wave to you too, mate. Hope you're both doing well. Gary Fleming, we've spoken, but let's double down on that. It's great to see all our friends in the show nice and early. Janine K, good morning Janine K. How's things going with Lufthansa? I keep wondering how you're doing. Really busy? I hope it's really busy because your recruitment is progressing. I'm just going to rotate the shot onto the cargo park for a bit. We'll have a quick look to see what's going on there in a jiff. Mohawk Scotland, good morning to you, pal. Hope all is good. Almond Bank today, mate, which is handy, I think, because I need to make a sharp getaway. To be fair, it's probably Hobson's choice, but I think I can get to the road bridge quicker from here, traffic permitting and all that, so that's good. Glenn's Aviation Love, hello to you. Working, so no chance of watching. Hopefully you'll catch some of the evening show. It's going to be a bit of a challenge at Aberdeen, so we're going to start an hour earlier, all being well, if we can get there on time. The weather is decent at the minute. It's going to become much less decent by sort of 5 o'clock or thereabouts, so you kind of have to get up there, get running and see how deep into the bad weather we can run. We are reasonably wet weather resilient, so I'm all game for that. I like a bit of an adventure. Dr. Kersey, good morning to you. Yeah, I think we're golden for dryness here, so I'm not wearing a coat. I've gone absolutely, pardon the expression, balls out on the weather. But when I get to Aberdeen, I'm going to be coated like I'm going to be on the deck of a North Sea trawler. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's going to be no bravery from me. Good morning, Abby Garvey, down at Heathrow. How great is that?
And Abby's in Aberdeen, Les.
Well, she saw the weather forecast and figured it was better to go to Heathrow.
Wise.
Always one step ahead of the game. They always say, take local knowledge. Zooming on down. So, Paul's hijinks, good morning to you. And hello to Carl Shield. Hello, Heathrow Live. Hope all is good with you fellas. Lurking while working. Excellent. It is Thursday. The week is inching into good order. HGC, hello to you. Hope you're keeping well. Mark Sanderson, top of the morning to you, Squire. Hope all is good. Now, let's just zoom across here. So that Air Canada teaser, they should be golden for a 9 o'clock departure. They were an hour early in, so unless there's some kind of drama, sticking suitcases or people on the plane, which you never do know, depends on staffing of course. But that looks good. And the Qatar 350, which you can see even less of there, that came in bang on time at 6:30, so prospects are good for both of those planes going on time. Terry the artist, hello Tel, hope all is good. Hope you've got some of that blue sky on the go, and good morning to DB Bassman. Teresa Carver, I'm delighted that you've taken the plunge with us. It really has put a big smile on my face. Let's just line us up with a few of those planes at the minute. Oh, Abby says it could rain at Heathrow this afternoon.
Oh no. Oh, that's me. I'm not going to Heathrow today then.
That's it. We're not doing it now. Hopefully you'll beat the curve, Abby. Which runway are you spotting from? Looks like we've got an EasyJet on finals. You'd think I'd know from where, wouldn't you? But for some reason, I can't get flight radar to do it at the minute. One thing at a time. So, which was in the background, prospects look really good. Up on the Pentland Hills behind us, well, behind the tower, not us. Abbey's off to 27 right, smashing. So that's I think that's Renaissance car park side, isn't it? That's how I think of it. Paul Danino, hello to you. Is this the special? I don't know. It's I don't think anything with me in it's special, but anyway, I hope you're keeping well, Paul. There you go. Thank you, Hawkeye. We do panto as well, don't we? Oh.
I know we're good.
No, it's not the Special Olympics, but it's very kind of you to say so.
Yep.
Oh, DB's got a gig tonight, midnight. Is it the Edinburgh Fringe at the minute? Ooh. We're looking at Abby Garvey's post in the Facebook group. The BEA Retro. Don't she look? We're not getting any retro today, are we? I've checked. I'm a bit chastened. Oh, nice.
Was it the 300? No,
so what we got next up, that's the most important bit. So I think right, Delta Airlines inbound from Boston, currently out over the Firth of Forth, 767-300 extended range, 25 years of vintage. That plane is small minutes away, having departed Boston 5 hours or thereabouts. So, all looking good. Thanks, Gary Fleming. Fringe this week. I thought just when the Fringe is here, we might see a few more bizjets and stuff with media types coming to peruse the talent. They could do well, actually. They should get themselves down Almond Bank and peruse the talent here for some comedy capers. Of course, no beer on sale here, so it probably doesn't make it as... Yeah, I think we've got eyes on the Delta now. It's twinkling there like the North Star, so we'll not put the camera on it just yet.
Quiet for this time in the morning.
A few came in early. So the 320 you were looking at, remiss of me not to announce, is inbound from Bristol.
Right, my lad.
Over there, the bizjets, a bit far out for us.
We don't seem to have much of a problem with heat haze today so far. Not causing us a problem.
It's a trouble, particularly when we do Newcastle, when you're shooting down the runway. Yeah, you've got 2,000 odd metres plus.
That's most of the heat off
It just stores it up, don't it?
the runway.
And then gives it up. Tina York, good morning, Tina. Hope all is good. Mohawk, Scotland, just starting your commute now. Right, safe journey. Take care. Catch you soon, buddy. Have you not got time just to catch this 767 that's coming in to set you off with a big one? Let's have a look. Where's it gone? I think we'll just let that one grow into the shot rather than risk the aircraft's lights dwarfing the focus. Give us a bit more target. So, question for DB Bassman. You're gigging at midnight. What time do you finish?
If you say that again.
No, I'm talking to the chap. Sorry, Hawkeye.
Beg your pardon.
It does get confusing when someone's... looking at the direction of the plane, but Hawkeye's also exactly in that same line of sight.
Beg your pardon.
This should give some shots for you. Very nice. Tell you what, there's still a lot of smoke. If you can get a sense of that.
A bit of wobble as it came in.
I couldn't tell, you know, when you're looking in that little view, that's what I like about watching the show back. Mark Sanderson giving that Delta time emoji some serious spamming. DB's finishes at 2:30, home by 3. Oh my lord. It was 3 o'clock that I actually woke up this morning. It's usually that's without giving away too much information. Bathroom break territory. 3 o'clock in the morning. Good morning, Jonathan McD. Hello to you.
You know if I'm on short now.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine there. You can't go wrong. Unless you want to get in those bushes, then you might end up in. I've nearly fallen in them
My days
before.
of cleaning the bushes are done.
It shelves off quite sharply. I've gone round the other side to twiddle with something, and that's the worst one, isn't it? River's behind. Okay.
This is a perfect wee spot. If only they would develop it a wee bit more.
Be nice if they did.
Nice if it was a little bit higher.
Right, what we got next up? This was going to be an idle device when it was first listed, but it's definitely a Swiss, inbound Swiss Air from Zurich. An A320 Neo, departed 2 hours 1 minute ago. Aircraft 4 years of age. Coming your way, folks. Of course, Zurich is where we're going to be going later this month to bring you some live stream action, so can't wait till we can get into the big reveal on dates. Keith Cornell is hunting F-22 Raptors in his garden. I don't seem to get anything like that kind of quality. Poor old Delta, having to do park up purgatory while they await a gate. Ian Child, good morning to you, Ian. Hope you're keeping well. Mark Sanderson, if only I knew what number the train was. Janine K, it's been too long and it's great to catch up. It really is. Arsenal Liverpool fan 45. Hello to you, sir, in Harlow. Great improvisation from HGC with the Swiss Air cross. You think we'd have put this logo into the emoji suite for today, but didn't quite work that way. We have got a Love Aberdeen one for later. Oh yeah, I don't think it is a test. Hawkeye is looking at an inbound. Is that the next plane?
Yep.
Just confirm the reg on that. Yeah, that one entered service the inbound British Airways A321 was delivered to BA on the 18th of July. It's been here on the 23rd according to Plane Finder, so it's fresh new, but I'm not sure it's a test flight, is it? Or acceptance test? It could be, couldn't it? Well, let's have it anyway. Let's see if anyone gets off it. Plane of the day. So it could still be all that shakedown stuff, couldn't it? It went Dublin on the 18th. No, that's a lie. Delivered on the 18th, Dublin on the 21st, Edinburgh 23rd. I'll get there in the end. So yeah, this could well be, as it says. I looked at the test flight thing. I thought, is that right? How many flights do they normally have to shake it down? But we're going to see here probably anyway. It's going to take a forward gate, so yeah, it's on flight radar, as Hawkeye has just shown me. It says test flight on this, so this could well be a test flight. If anyone knows for certain, do let us know. What we do know is this aircraft is minty new.
Unusual for the London lights to be the incandescent type. Or an LED. Also remember it.
Alright, we're on the wrong plane. Yeah, we've got an Embraer at the minute. No doubting that's an Embraer 190. I'm not sure if that's London City though or Gatwick. I'll have a look in a minute. We do know we've got the British Airways A321 inbound, the one that Hawkeye called out in the chat. It's the next one. So I do that sometimes, click on the plane that's 2 out. I don't know why I do it, but I do. So let's have a look. I'm just going to scroll back up the chat. Sarah Louise, good morning to you. How goes it? And Dr. Fixer. Hello to Dr. Fixer. Don't worry, Keith Cornell. I knew what you meant. Just looking at your correction on email. Right, let's get tidied up with the inbound action. So, the plane we were talking about, which wasn't the one you saw, is the A321, which is shown as test flight on flight radar, currently at 1,000 foot, crossing the coast. So that would be nice to see. Delta is now moving, so we'll track with that for a minute. Mark Sanderson, I think it was, called it earlier in the chat. Smoky Joe. Oh, Dr. Fix is quite nearby, South Queensferry. Thank you, Gary Fleming. That KLM is indeed pushing back. That must not going to be our next departure. I think Aer Lingus are going to be going out with a ATR momentarily. So here's our minty new A321. Chance to give the A321 emoji a spammo. Spammo, I meant to say. Feedback is just tickling me at the minute in my headset. So the Embraer that came in indeed was London City, so there's that. And we've now got Aer Lingus about to make that departure to Belfast. Twirling away. Right. The other thing is, Hawkeye, you've got to make sure that I take the kit to bits and go by 10:15, 10:30. If I'm still here at 10:30, jabbering away, give me the kick up the ass.
You got a kick in there.
Yeah, definitely. I do love it here. Ooh, Keith Cornell's at the dentist with a broken tooth. Hope you're not in too much pain, mate. I went to the dentist yesterday actually, but it was just a check-up. Broken tooth, no laugh. Had a couple of those over the years. Big Delta hogging the view at the minute. The A321 draw a rash of spams. HGC, Sarah Louise, Gary Fleming and Sarah Louise splattering it. Excellent. Claire Brennan, good morning Claire, how are you doing? And indeed good morning to anybody that's watching the show and not yet in the chat. In fact, if you're not subscribed, do yourself a solid, hit the subscribe, and then you can be in the chat after about 2 minutes, I think it is. Next inbound for us is a Norwegian 737 from Stockholm. And of course, folks, gentle plea on likes. So if we can get the likes on the board nice and early, just give us a chance of being promoted sympathetically by YouTube. Otherwise they won't. Wait for Freddie Mercury goes on. It looks like, well, we haven't got a Freddie tail fin today on any of the Norwegians that are in the show. There is our brand new, possibly test flight, Turkish Airways A321 Neo. Looks like a few bits and bobs moving about at the minute. So Ryanair off to Prague is the next departure by the look of it. We've got somebody on final approach. Oh, looking good. So the next arrival is an EasyJet from Basel, an A320, departed 2 hours ago, currently out over the Firth of Forth, but just about crossing the coast. Oh, excellent. In fact, let's have a quick teaser. Thank you, Gary. You see, the chance of a telescope today when I've got quality like this in my corner is minimal. On my own, as we know from Sunday's show, anything can happen. Aberdeen later, and Abu Garvey, we're going to hold you. We're going to hold you totally responsible if I end up with telescope number 30. Oh dear. So you're feasting your eyes on an A350 900 off to the 40 odd degree temperature heat that is Qatar. Anyway, let's get on to the inbound easy squeezy jet. Crikey. Big Delta is only just moving, but I think the 350 is the one that we're going to have to stay with, as it's the only 350 in today's show. Ryanair have got their 737 just about to line up for Prague departure, but sorry those of you that enjoy their Ryanairs, just got to stay with this 350. It's too sumptuous. And Hawkeye Danu is in the chat. Excellent. And the sun is out as well.
Yep.
Exactly on cue. You're not claiming that, are you? I'll tell you what, I'm loving it. It makes a difference, doesn't it? 2 or 3. It's like going into a centrally heated house. I'm getting quite nippy.
We've stuck to the waist within the next half hour.
Oh, DB Bassman's made an interesting post here. Emirates' first few flights to Edinburgh will be the 777-200, back to your previous catches,
Yep.
Gary.
There
Oops.
must be a delay on the delivery of the 350s.
I think we kind of figured there would be, unless Emirates have got a way of jumping the queue, because they are a little bit behind, aren't they? Debbie Duff, hello to you. Oh, your son is on that Qatar 350. Without further ado, let's get it back on screen. Delighted to be able to show you the departure. Jeff Smith, good morning Jeff, hope you're keeping well. Isn't she lovely? Don't worry, I'm not going to burst into song. No good egging me on. Jones and Plains, hello to you. Hope all is good. Welcome to the show and thank you for subscribing. We're off. Away she goes. Smiley Dolphin next up. Very distinctive lines of an Embraer 195E2 about to take itself back to Schiphol. Debbie Duff, I hope you enjoyed waving your son off. Alan Wright, good morning to you. It's smashing here at Edinburgh. I'm biased, I just love it here, but Almond Bank with the hills behind the tower and watching the planes come in basically from the Firth of Forth, it's just gorgeous. And as you just saw in the shot there, you get a few planes and trains as well in picture. Kiwi Cat 13 Dreamweaver, good morning! Hope all is good. Right. I'm trying to work out what that noise is in the background.
Do you think it's something to do with the mill?
It's some sort of pump, isn't it?
Flour mill, aye.
It's... sounds like something's on the way out to me. I've not heard that sound before.
Sounds like a hydraulic pump in an A320.
Yeah, well, I couldn't get into that level of granularity, but it's just got that. I've got quite a few hours in down here, and I've not heard that sound before.
A dog with a sore throat.
I thought it were a dog to start with, because you do get the dogs exercising at the back, don't you, from the kennels? But that would give a dog a sore throat if it carried on like that. Sounds like the day shift has switched on something that probably the night shift had switched off for good reason. Keith Cornell, no worries mate. For folks who may not have caught the thumbnail, so we are Aberdeen later today. We've brought the start forward an hour to 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, definitely 2. It was 3, now it's 2. Because the forecast is markedly worse from around 4:30 onwards, and we intend to be there to give you the wet action, but of course if it gets too wet for us, it made sense to start a little bit early to hedge on that. And then we're back tomorrow for a Friday show, early show, which the last time we did it was like particularly heavy with choppers in that early phase from sort of 7:30 onwards. So it's going to be a relatively short show. I think something in the region of 7:30 till 10 o'clock is the plan. Forecast is much better as well, so quite keen on that. I don't think it's going to be t-shirt weather though, which is a shame because I've been working on the guns. Good morning, Alexandra Wood, how are you doing? As we welcome the SAS into the house, the Scandinavian Airlines, who apparently are leaving Star Alliance. Founder member of Star Alliance, but apparently at the end of August they will be leaving. 1st of September they will be part of SkyTeam. Of course, with Air France KLM taking a nearly 20% stake, probably made sense to move it into the SkyTeam tent. Anyway, just a bit of random background. Yeah, just look at the background scene, folks. Pentland Hills, blue sky, iconic tower. It's all going on really. And Norwegian are about to line themselves up for a departure to wonderful Copenhagen. Again, Mark has swerved the urge to burst into song. Definitely the right thing to keep mute. Okay, let's have a quick look-see. So I hope you're doing well, Alexandra. We're moving, no time to dally. Wow, that sun is fierce, isn't it now? Really fierce. That someone's wanged it onto full. Next inbound, a Loganair from Kirkwall. You say it correctly in the end. An ATR 72-600, 8 years of age, just crossing the coast, and he'll be with us momentarily. Tim Smothers, hello to you, buddy. Hope you are doing well. Must exit already. It did sound like a dog not being fed, didn't it? But it sounds like it now has been fed. So it's had a bowl of chappy or whatever. Just keep the camera on the SAS while we await the Oh, forget it. I'm all over the place. Ignore that. ATR inbound. SAS parking up. I hadn't even noticed. You kind of get in the zone. Right. Here we go. Scotland's finest on their way in. This aircraft, Golf Lima Mike Tango Echo. Echo, Echo, Echo. Hello.
Hello. Come out. OTT. I'm guessing that's an Inverness to Luton.
I'd never have got it with the glare, I think. What is it? Oh, I do like play.
I just missed him. A320 Düsseldorf.
I know all red liveries aren't everybody's bag, but I like the play. I like it.
I like the one before it. What was the one before it? The purple. Icelandic starter. It didn't last it very long. Purple and white livery. Under the Aegean.
So next departure is going to be a Ryanair 737 to Milan, max 8200. That's your next outbound.
The Irish are coming.
Sorry?
Be sure the Irish are coming.
The A320, Aer Lingus A320 is pushback turned. I love a piece of that actually, as the outbound Ryanair to Milan is moving at a snail's pace at the minute. There we go, returnee to the Emerald Isle. So we've got a couple of United 757s due before we get much past the top of the hour, unless they've hemorrhaged further time. We've got the Air Canada Dreamliner due out at 9 o'clock, and we're expecting that to go on time as it came in very early. And what else have we got for you? We've got WestJet with their 737 MAX 8 in from Toronto. We've got the WestJet 7879 Dreamliner from Calgary, which might be the finishing plane of the show, about 10 past 10 or something like. And what else we got? JetBlue, of course. What show would be complete without JetBlue in at 9:30? So, folks, keep those caffeinated drinks to hand. In fact, it's probably into biscuits territory now, I guess. You know, it's sort of getting near to 9 o'clock. So our Aer Lingus departure hasn't advanced an inch, so we have missed nothing there. Carl Shield says Dublin had 3 runways in use yesterday. What, all at the same time or through runway transition? Checking out all those Ryanair tail fins in the chat. Akiri 13 Dreamweaver, Gary Fleming, Alexandra Wood, all splashing the harp. And we're moving and grooving. So JetBlue have made a lot of time up. They're coming in monster early. So they are due for 9:30. Now looks like they're going to be with us in several minutes' time. So if you like your JetBlues, you're in luck. You're going to get it early.
Jet 2.
Don't get me saying Jet 2, JetBlue. JetBlue.
Jet 277 positioning in from Manchester.
All right, we picked up a position flight. 75 or 321 would have been a treat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Mind you, all gifts are gratefully received. And good morning, Tony McCall. Hope all is good, Tony. Hope all this rain that's coming in later is not nature's way of saying we've had summer, because I've quite enjoyed the last few days, to be honest.
This sky is deceiving all the expectations.
So we've got plenty of planes all parked up. So I think departure action should start to escalate actually.
Yeah, it should start to
I know we're not short of anything continuity wise between now and 10:15, so although quite a few have been arriving early, so that might create a bit of a distorted effect on the continuity.
might go into one more plane territory.
Well, it's funny actually. I wanted to finish the show with the WestJet Dreamliner. Great finale plane. Then I saw the next plane listed was the Air Baltic A220, which I quite like, the Air Baltic livery, and it'd be the only A220 in the show. So I'm hoping that comes in early and earlier than the Dreamliner, so I can finish with the star plane. Or for me, it's a star plane anyway. Others may take a different view. But you know it is. Schedules are indicative only, aren't they?
Very much.
So we could be into one more plane territory, give or take.
Fun, but it's very much up in the air.
Here we go.
Aer Lingus jet from time to time.
Yeah, it's one of the nice features, one of many nice features of the summer season here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the minute they switch back to winter
80 hours.
timetable, we'll go back to 80 hours all day. HGC triggers a firework moment. Excellent. Let's just get the old pocketbook out. 4 months membership of the PSA Crew Lounge. Love this channel, keep up the good work, Mark. HGC, it's fantastic having you with us in our community. Absolutely fantastic, and let's celebrate the moment with some fireworks. Interesting, thinking about my dilemma with the final plane to finish on. DB Bassman says that Air Baltic and WestJet Dreamliner both looking like 10:08 arrivals. That'd be neat, wouldn't it? We're doing both of those. We're going to do them both. You know me, I can't possibly decide, and I'm always into one more plane territory. The only thing I've got to be disciplined with is now deciding to start earlier from Aberdeen. Is I've got to make sure I get myself going a bit more promptly. Because, to be fair, it's a straightforward drive on previous times I've been there, but Dundee can get a bit pinchy, depending on how you catch it.
Kingsway can be a bit...
Yeah, it's once you're through
Not
that
so
bit.
bad once you clear it and you turn left at the top of the hill.
I mean, I haven't yet had a bad one, but I know people always say allow a bit more time to get through
And
Kingsway.
It's not too bad now with the new bypass at Aberdeen as well.
Oh, that end of
More or
things
less
is absolutely
a straight run out
swift.
to Dice.
Absolutely swift. In fact, you hardly see any cars on there, to be honest.
Used to be a bit a nightmare coming in from the cove side and then going down the hill into the city, down around the harbour side, and then up and out to the airport.
Right, so our JetBlue is crossing the coast now. See it? You'll be seeing it imminently. And that's going to be followed in by the positioning flight that Gary was talking about a few minutes ago. So we've got JetBlue followed by Jet2. And regulars of the show will know that I'm often nousing that one up. So
And go for the Jet New.
yeah, all right, Gary, don't make it worse.
But
Yeah, we have got a Jet New as well. So I think, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to say next when this comes in. I'll probably call it Jet New now. You put that in my head. Okay. Well, if you want someone to blame in the chat, that is Hawkeye Danu, talking about Jet News and Jet Blues, Jet Twos. Right, let's put the camera on to some action. So this aircraft on its way in from New York JFK. Goes out around 12:30, so it's well outside of our bandwidth. I don't think the A321 is a particularly stunning aircraft, but I do love the tail fin on this plane. JetBlue have got something good going on with their tails, I think. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba.
what was it? Make blue face or something yesterday. The name on the side of the aircraft
All right.
is... No, you get reference Boaty McBoatface
Yeah.
on the JetBlue aircraft.
Yeah, this came up in the chat on Sunday, didn't it? Something to do with mints. Apparently they're
Minty McMintface.
something like that, because their executive tier is the Mint Lounge or something a bit like that. Mint something. I think it might have been Gary Fleming who had the inside on that one. Yeah, I think their upper class, if you want to call it that, is Mint Lounge or... Mint always makes me laugh because since I've been living in the northeast, it's really clear if someone says something's mint, it's good.
Yeah.
But there was a time, wasn't there, where Liverpool and that way on, if you said something was minty, it was rubbish. If you said something was minty, it was just no good. Who knows? Anyway, let's get into the chat. I see a raft of people to say good morning to. So, without further ado, Jamie Miller. Good morning to Jamie Miller and Lowlander. Hello to you both. Hope you're doing well. John McKenzie. How goes it, John McKenzie? I hope you're having a good day. And Audrey McDonald. Hello, Audrey. Much love to you as well. And let's have a look. Jet 2 is the next inbound. Thank you, Alexander Wood. I'll try and not call Jet 2 JetBlue, but I can't promise. Because by the time this puts its wheels down, we'll have the JetBlue taxiing past us, probably. I see we've got an EasyJet nudging out over yonder, so let's just lay in wait for it. And this will be the A320 returning to Bristol, so they've spun that one round pretty quickly. So as always, folks, gentle plea on likes. If you are watching the show and you've yet to hit the like button, please do that for us. It really helps us with YouTube and get a reasonable shout as a small channel getting promoted. It's the blinking hardest thing to do sometimes. And of course, we'd love to have you with us, so just hit the subscribe button, that's free too, and go for the full hat trick. Notification bell as well, and then you'll, if YouTube do their thing, get the alert to say that we're live or we've got something out that you might then decide to join us with. So this is that positioning flight, isn't it, Gary, I think?
You should stop it.
This is the Manchester positioning flight.
Although, to be fair, you've only got Bravo to get off it.
Or am I out of sequence? No, I'm not. Right, there goes Jet 2. Here comes JetBlue. Let's just get a bit closer and see if there's any mint. Can't quite read that in the glare. We've got a really healthy face full of sunshine at the minute. All that vitamin D, if it is indeed that. Audrey McDonald, we have Hawkeye Denou. Gary, if we'll give him his Sunday name. Audrey says good morning.
Good morning. I think we should go and get a beach towel and a couple of deck chairs.
It's got that feel to it. I reckon if you stick around till this afternoon though, you'll get brought back to earth. Mohawk Scotland says all the heavies we're getting at Edinburgh these days must be putting some tax on the runway.
Yep.
I think definitely. I mean, we've had a few unexpected, impromptu, I think is the word, repairs. I think they've got plans, have they not, though, to do the renewal stuff.
How they're going to do it.
And of course the airport now has new controlling ownership, doesn't it? Vinci Airports.
I'm pretty sure that Ryanair's can do as much damage to the runways as First United of the day is on its way in.
Sorry, Gary.
First United of the day.
Ah, United. Which one is it? The Newark?
Yep.
We've got our first 757 shortly to come our way. 2 out, I think, by that quick look.
Same age as me.
Are you sure?
25 years old, yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's cleared that one up. So I would expect Air Canada to be shaking a leg pretty soon. I don't know if it's actually transponding. Let's have a quick butcher's. I don't think it is it?
I don't think so.
Nah. But fingers crossed they can oblige us by departing during the course of the show. Be awfully decent if they did. So on final approach, our next arrival, a Ryanair 737 MAX 8 from Dublin. Aircraft in question, brand new in May of this year. Currently inland, beetling our way. We departed 37 minutes ago. At the moment, 850 feet off the deck, and that says time to get it on the screen. Better yet, if I could get it on the screen in focus. There we go. Yeah, birds have come out with a bit of impromptu song. Anyone know what those birds are? I always say that because I have not a waking clue. Alexander Wood confirms we've got the United 757 inbound from New York, Newark. So best part 50 minutes late, but definitely joining us. At the minute it's out over the sea, but it's going to be with us in small minutes, folks, so get ready to welcome in the Flying Pencil. And while we await that moment, let's just jump back into the chat. Yorkshire Biker, good morning to you, pal. Hope all is good. Things ticking along nicely, aren't they? It's Thursday, so if nothing else, for those of you that are working, the week is under control. Jamie Miller says Air Canada pinging.
Pushing back.
And pushing back. It's all happening. It's like a set of dominoes toppling. It's all happening. Get the transponder on. Get the tug moving. Come on, let's go. It's that kind of thing. We've got people to get moving. Jamie says, goldfinches for the birds. Very good. Got a very musical way about them. I quite enjoy that bird song. I'm always impressed when people can identify birds from song. Way out of my pay grade. Ilya Frolov, good morning to you. Just in time for the Air Canada departure. And remember, members, we've got a new emoji, the minty blue tail fin emoji. Whether it looks any good in the chat, in the chat or not, you'll tell me. But one thing at a time. So there's the distinctive bird of prey-like profile of the Boeing 757-200. It's such an iconic plane, isn't it? I can't remember who it was that kindly pointed out in the chat last show that United are still operating 61 of these, which the American market still does make quite a lot of use of the 757, probably because of their slightly different relationship with Airbus as well, to some extent. That'd be my hunch anyway. Sure, there's a lot of pressure to buy American. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. I'll pick that one up in a minute. British Airways have just nudged out, so let's go with the moving plane. Next inbound will be an Aer Lingus ATR from Dublin, so we'll keep an eye out for that. I'm not adding any telescopes to my tally today. Well, not here anyway, as we said earlier. Aberdeen, that's different. Let's have a A319. First of the show, this one 23 years of age, Golf Echo Uniform Papa Sierra, on its way back to London Heathrow, back to the mothership. So Abu Dhabi, you can see this later, remember you saw it here first. Righty-ho. Oh yeah, what do you reckon, folks? Does that minty tail fin work for you, or does the tail need a bit more definition? My tablet's not the best for this sort of thing, but the maple leaf seems to be coming out pretty good. So a Kiwi 13 Dreamweaver, DB Bassman. In fact, let's go. Alexandra Wood, I think, is the giver of the debut to that emoji. So let's just see. Alexandra, Claire Brennan, Kiwi Cat 13 Dreamweaver. Where did we get to? DB Bassman, Jamie Miller. Yeah, HGC says looks good. I have to say, the way you lot all hunt as a team as well, it's created a nice minty blue in the chat. Yeah, I think we'll say that one that works. Still got a bit more work to do with the WestJet one before we bring that one to market. And as for the JetBlue, we're giving that one up.
Remember when WestJet were operating into Glasgow? When they actually started operating into Scotland, with a 737-700 with a tap and tail.
I don't know what it were, but I'm not big on things jumping on my hands.
I did a 737-700.
Not winged creatures anyway.
And it had a tap and tail.
Ooh.
On the WestJet.
On the WestJet?
When it started operating into Scotland. I don't know how long it lasted.
I mean, it kind of takes us back into that, how nice it would be to see a Loganair livery on a bigger plane.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tartan is made for a bigger plane.
I think back in the day when the biggest plane that Loganair kind of operated in my time was a 146 or a Back 111. We operated one in for a while.
Mind you, I've gone on record in previous shows, you know, we talk about retros, and we've stood here ourselves and watched the BEA come in together, haven't we? And you've got, you know, they had the BOAC one, didn't they, for a period of time, when they were still doing the 747s. I think it was on a 747. But I'm sure British Airways have the rights to British Caledonian's brand. And I'd love to see BCAL on a big plane.
Love to see it.
I think that would be such a big thing.
An iconic livery on a 757.
The money they've got, you think they think, hang on a minute, it's going to pull a lot of hype. So if you're an influential person at British Airways and you're watching the show,
we want a British
Caledonian special livery. Put it on a 777 or a 350. Here we go. To be fair, although the A350, not 350, 380 is not the loveliest of aircraft, I reckon British Caledonian would still do well on that, because Singapore looks good on the 380, I reckon. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I got a lucky dip, it's going on a 350, if you say choose one, Mark, but...
I would say it would probably look better. A Caledonian Airways livery would probably look better on a 350. A British Caledonian, yeah, I'd agree with a 777.
It's just screaming out to do it. But it does fascinate me, you know, some airlines go really big at specials, don't they?
Yeah.
And others don't really touch it with a barge pole. And let's be honest, BA are only giving lip service to it. Iberia have got way more special livery stuff in their portfolio. Then again, perhaps Christmas bonuses at the Iberia executive level aren't as generous because they've spent it all on paint. Who knows?
What I did like about the Caledonian aspect of things is everything was named after something Scottish. The bigger aircraft were named after famous Scottish people. The Black 111s were named after lochs and rivers in Scotland and stuff like that.
So a nice languid rollout for this 7879 Dreamliner. We've got an aircraft on final approach. EasyJet from Belfast. EasyJet. So that's going to be your next big action. And while I'm thinking on, good morning to anyone that has just joined the show. Welcome to Edinburgh. I'm Mark, your host. We're pretty much into the last hour and 10 minutes of this short show before we decamp for Aberdeen, where we go live again at 2 o'clock. I'm down here on Almond Bank with Hawkeye Dinu, aka Gary, or Gary aka Hawkeye Dinu, if I say it the right way around. On what is increasingly a very pleasing morning weather-wise. I didn't bother putting any sun cream on because I didn't think I'd need it.
No.
Well, the lashing I'm expecting later, it kind of runs in your eyes and stuff if you've got all that on, so... Dreamliner alert. Let's get on it. Get on it. So I'm going to go bottom up. Miss Wolves 13, good morning to you. Hope life's treating you kindly. Doing very well, thank you, Lorraine. Like I say, I hope you are in that similar space. Right, all lined up. EasyJet is now pretty much on the taxiway, so seconds away from ATC giving it the thumbs up. Swiss have also pushed back as well, so we've got an A320 Neo to go. In fact, there's a queue of planes now. Just about got a piece of that. So yeah, if we go reverse, that's me going back to front. So there's our Swiss, shortly to go to Zurich. We will be streaming later this month. I'm never going to tire of mentioning that, it sounds magical. And then we've got a couple of BA departures, 1, 2, and then we have a Norwegian taking first place in the queue, and that Norwegian is off to Stockholm, returning to Stockholm actually. Les Donaldson is in the house. Good morning, Les. I hope you're keeping well, pal. Alexandra alerts us to a 7.6 from JFK, 15 minutes out. That's running early. That JFK flight, I'm sure, was due in at 10:05 or thereabouts. Things are coming in early today, aren't they? More often than not. Which you kind of get with the wind. It's a south.
Good jet stream across the Atlantic.
Must be. But even the stuff that's been coming from the east has either been on time or early. That's the bit I can't quite yet. Like you say, must be picking up a good current over the Atlantic, because the transatlantic stuff is, you know. I mean, we've had a couple of Uniteds that have arrived late, but I've got a feeling they probably departed late.
Just United.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever the mystery of that one, I've got a feeling it's more to do with actual time of departure rather than prevailing wind or anything. Wind is pretty modest, certainly. Wow. I'd love to do that. Well, that's all about. Anyway, we can conjecture. Well, let's just ride with the Swiss, because that's the only time we're going to see a Swiss livery during the show. We saw it come in, and now we're going to see it go. Yeah, HGC. I think the Norwegian livery, I can't love it. I love the fact they've got unique tail fins, but the lipstick look doesn't work as well as it does on the Edelweiss, for example. I don't know what it is, but no, it doesn't quite do it. So we've got somebody on final, so it's better find out who. Somebody. It's a British Airways fest. We've got 2 British Airways aircraft waiting to take their turn. But before they get to go, we've got a 319 baby bus inbound from London Heathrow. The aircraft registered Golf Echo Uniform Papa Papa, around 800 feet I'm going to visually estimate. But yeah, prevailing conditions here, still very good. Wind is southwesterly, around 9 miles an hour. I think it did say gusts might get somewhere between 15 and 20 miles an hour, but that's conspicuously absent at the minute. The sky is turning over quite rapidly though, so we've had quite a lot of blue sky, but the cloud is now starting to fill itself out. I'll tell you what is missing, some bizjets. It's a Thursday, isn't it? Scotland's a premier financial, or Edinburgh is a premier financial and insurance brokering location, isn't it, on the international market? You'd think there'd be some high rollers. Anyway, no good lamenting that. We've got Delta inbound, as Alexandra foretold. Just about got visual on that, but we'll stay with the departing aircraft. I said that the wind wasn't doing an awful lot. You might be able to pick a bit of it up on mic. It's just starting to gently ease up. Still nominal, but you feel that change is afoot. Plenty of BA emoji action, XGC, Alexandra Wood, Gary Fleming, and more from Alexandra Wood. It does seem that we are knee-deep in British Airways aircraft at the minute. Although we can be one fewer in a couple of seconds. Right, Delta time. It's Delta time, team. Inbound from JFK. I'm sure this was due in at 10:05, so everybody's working very nicely towards our need to pack up and go to Aberdeen schedule. So mega thanks to all concerned. Bit of birds scaring in the background. EasyJet pushing back as well, I see, but I'll keep it zip while we welcome in another Smoky Joe. There's our recent BA arrival. We've got another BA to go. more action. We've got an EasyJet easing its way out. All the puns intended there. And that one is off to Basel, returning to Basel. Anyway, let's get to the live end of the action. We've got an Embraer 190 off to London City. So checking out some of that emoji action with the Delta arrival. Alexander Wood, Les Donaldson, DB Bassman and Gary Fleming. Cabo Taxi, good morning to you. Hope you're keeping well. Oh, hang on a minute. Lowlanders invoking the spirit of stripy condors. If ever there's a polarising thing in the charts, it's that I like them. But I'm aware one or two have got more colourful views on that. Mind you should see my summer wardrobe. You decide if I'm a man of taste.
No, I'm sitting on the fence on that one. It's not exactly blue on me yet.
Time to have a look. Of course we have. Swiss Air 320 is not moving forward, so I don't think it's planning to go imminently. We've got another aircraft on final approach, that being an EasyJet from London Luton. We'll do that one in a bit.
What you don't see now on liveries is the
Sorry, Gary?
What you don't see on liveries now is the black nose on the radome.
No.
The anti-glare shield below the cockpit windows.
And jumping back into the chat. Oops, wrong side. Good morning, Robin Harrison. How goes it? You're in Morecambe, of course, but what's the weather doing in Morecambe? I've got a feeling that rain band sort of comes, well, tracks with the southwesterly wind direction, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it'll be in Morecambe before it's here. That's the theory.
I see the winds are coming from the south today, so but it's spring and rain, which is unusual.
Lowlander, look what you've done. I see DB Bassman's in the chat with the Condor stripe debate now. I mean, I happen to agree with DB on this one, has to be said.
I'm afraid it's retro liveries for me.
Oh, I love retros.
My favourite one so far has been the Air Malta.
Yeah?
Mainly because the first ever plane I flew on was painted like that.
I can feel the vibes from Les Donaldson. He's going to key in something about Pegasus in a minute.
Uh-huh. I think all airlines should have at least one retro liveried aircraft.
Yeah, me too.
Can you imagine a Delta in its original livery?
Do you know what? I can't visualise their original livery, but I guarantee you, it's a bit like when you look at old images of Pan Am and TWA, doesn't it just almost bring a tear to your eye? It does me.
I mean, the expense that British Airways went to do the 4 aircraft up in everything's liveries, and then only one survives.
The thing is, you've got to paint your aircraft in something, haven't you? So you might as well create a talking point. That viral advertising or branding or something.
Yep.
Right, we've got an EasyJet just about to line up. We've got an arriving Ryanair from Faro as well, so then they're not going to have long to loiter, although I've got no visual on the inbound plane yet.
Yep.
I have now. I pursed my lips to say I couldn't see it, and as soon as I said it, I saw it. You're right, Gary Fleming. I need some therapy on the Pegasus thing, I think. I really need to consign it to room 101.
Won't lie in a dark room for a while.
Yeah, definitely. Or I need to replace it with something I like even less. Transference, I think they call it. So this must be the EasyJet phase of the show. Just everywhere you look, really. Well, maybe it's not quite that. The SAS have pushed back with their 320 Neo. Robin Harrison reports dry and windy, very wet overnight. Kind of think we'll be in that club soon enough. Just not yet. Good morning, Brian N. Hello to you. I'm Mark Brian N. I don't think we've said hi before. Robbo, good morning, Robbo. Alright, let's get the inbound 737. So whichever way you cut the cake, we are now well into the final hour of this end of the stream. Back live from Aberdeen at 2 o'clock, if folks are able to join us. Should be excellent on many levels, but the weather's going to definitely make it interesting. And that's before you get into all the actual action. Stay with the Scandinavian departure. Swiss are still parked up.
Just did a Royal Canadian Air Force Hercules fly over there.
Oh, the one that's in and out of Presswick quite a lot.
Australian ones in yesterday.
So EasyJet to Basel is our next departure in this EasyJet phase of the show. We seem to have one of those on the Sunday show where it just seems to be orange everywhere you look. Throw in the windsock as well.
Orange, it's tartan.
That'd be, you see, that would be another cool viral thing, wouldn't it? If you replace the orange with tartan, same livery, but just...
They did that.
Have they done that?
They did that on the EasyJet Inverness
Why would they not keep that?
years ago.
Why would they not keep that?
Mm.
Sometimes you can just keep the same shape for your artwork, but just change the colour, can't
Yeah.
you? You know, if you swapped orange for pink, for
Can you
example.
imagine? Or you know, it was like the bandana
Yeah.
style was done in tartan. And take them back to their first route. You know, floating to Glasgow.
That was the first one, was it? Oh. quick look-see at the forecourt. Still a bit of space at the inn. Alexandra Wood, I've just spotted your message. You've got some less interesting jobs on your plate. I've got a lot of sympathy for you, Alexandra. I feel the last couple of days have been dominated by less interesting jobs on my plate. Been doing quite a lot of painting, which, not the Picasso kind of painting either, but it's a real joy to be out in the fresh air and not smelling paint. I know it's all low odour stuff these days, but it still gets in your throat if you spend enough time with it.
I'm done for the day.
I see we've got a DHL 75. I'm assuming it's a 757 that's over on the cargo.
Yep. What's that? Resident?
I've not noticed it recently, but that is probably because it's been obscured then by stuff in the foreground.
I think it comes in about 6:15 in the morning, but he operates at night down to the East Midlands and then turns across to Leipzig, back to East Midlands, and then comes back in here every day in the morning. There we go, WestJet.
Which one?
737.
737, that's the Toronto flight, isn't it?
Will be the next arrival.
It's the next arrival?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, excellent. I'm up for a bit of WestJet action. Like I was saying earlier in the show, we're not quite where we want to be on the emoji for WestJet. Mm-hmm. It's proving a bit of a challenge, but it's in the pipeline.
I think he's another one that's running early. He's definitely had a tailwind. He's left Toronto 5 hours 55 minutes ago.
Blinking heck. Bye-zy bye. Let's see if our Swiss friends are keeping okay. Yeah, not looking bad. Wonder what their new flight plan looks like. Robbo's got some advice on the paint fumes. Cut an onion in half, leave on a plate in the room. Gets rid of the fumes. Does it not render everything oniony? Had me in tears. However, I must be honest, I don't mind painting for the moaning I do about it.
No,
but after a while it really starts to get on the back of your sinus.
Painting's a pain in the...
It becomes incrementally more boring, doesn't it?
I've been painting fences
Oh,
with a gun.
That is a really...
The mess it makes is horrendous, man.
Tedious.
It does it in half the time, but, you know, that half the time's wasted by clearing up.
The thing is, as well, with the kind of stuff that you treat fences with now, it don't last more than a couple of years.
No, it's all water-based.
Yeah, it's not like the old creosote. You could dash it on and...
You could still smell it 6 months later.
You really could. Right, inbound WestJet. Let's get focused on the WestJet arrival from Toronto. 737 MAX 8. Interesting registration. C Fibber. Charlie Foxtrot India Bravo Alpha. Plane in question is... How old is it? Oh, I'm not logged in, so I don't know. You think I'd know that?
Yeah.
I did know that, and now it seems to have... I seem to be unlogged.
It seems to be an out of sequence registration.
What, C Fibber?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps someone thought it was just too good not to use.
half an hour early.
Lowlanders. Yeah, I'm always in tears when I see my paintwork. Oh, 100 likes are up. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Les, for flagging that. I knew there was something in the back of my mind I ought to inquire about. Ooh.
We've got an ops car running in as well.
Looks like we've got something interesting going on.
We've got a fuel spill.
Let's see if it plays that way. So we've got ops car. A couple of fire tenders.
Oh, went.
Yeah, pumps made 3.
When you hear the fire alarm.
No hanging about. It's always reassuring to see the telescope alert. WestJet as well. That would be the humdinger of a telescope. Looking where those pumps have situated. It is, isn't it? So there's your Delta. Is that no? No, Ryanair. But the pumps are all pretty much scattered around that Ryanair that's nudging out. Whether they're just testing response time. Because you do see that sometimes, don't you, where they're just literally, how fast can they get out the blocks and get to the other end, or whatever the scenario is, they're desktopping or live testing even. Interesting. Right, we'll keep that one.
Turkish you on next?
Turkish in next. What have we got today? 320 or a 321? 321 Neo.
Brand new.
Brand new in July. That's pretty fresh, folks. Currently over the Firth of Forth at 2,225 feet. Our inbound aircraft, Tango Charlie Lima Papa Foxtrot, is small minutes away, having departed Istanbul 3 hours and 53 minutes ago. Yorkshire biker. I like Yorkshire biker style. It says the only way to avoid paint fumes is not to paint,
yep.
or pay someone else to do it and go out for the day. Thing is, now I'm retired, I've got no really good alibis.
I've got a good one anyway. My wife's severely affected with asthma, and when there's any painting going on in the house, she's got to move in with her mother.
Ah! You can use that in all kinds of ways.
She always takes my son with her. We're due to get done just before Christmas.
Oh, we've got a BA push back. I think we've got time just to languish.
This is the new one, isn't it?
This is the one that we thought might be the one listed as a test flight. Whether that's an up-to-date one or not, it's certainly new enough to be in that phase. Intuitively, I thought that was an out-of-date descriptor, because generally when they smash through that acceptance testing stuff, they tend to.
I wouldn't imagine accepting test flights to be in commercial service.
Yeah.
It's obviously in commercial service because it's been here for
been here before.
Time, showing up as a test flight again.
Thing is, they want it on revenue, don't they?
Yeah. I wonder if this was the one that was at Farnborough.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
320, it was at Farnborough.
Ah. Right, Turkish, you're next. inbound plane. And as always, folks, we're over the 100 likes, but if you've just joined the show, please do give us a like, and if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, why not drop us a sub and say hi in the chat. Alright, here we go. Bit of Turkish delight.
Ah, it's not a 777 today.
You could get used to that, couldn't you? Swiss have moved out of it, but we're not going to look at Swiss, we're going to look at the super stylish WestJet 737 MAX 8. Next inbound is a British Airways city flyer from London City Airport, an Embraer 190 long range. Just about got a visual on it, but we're going to stay with the WestJet for just a little bit longer. Why not? Good morning, Martin Batchelor. Partly sunny Basingstoke. Yeah, I think we'd probably say partly sunny for us. A bit cloudy now, but we did have a brief foray in the sunshine. Alright, let's get our incoming Embraer 190 long range. So, Swiss about to depart. I'll put you on that in a jiffy.
Do you know if there's a big military plane due in?
Sorry?
Is there a big military plane due in?
Oh, I don't know. Tell me more.
The guys along there were saying there's a military plane due in, but you
Go on.
don't know.
You've really got my hopes right up.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me, yes.
No, we'll film it if we're here.
An Air Force one.
Are you on it, Gary? and we're off. What do you reckon, folks? Are we picking up a bonus movement? Looks like we've got a bit of a wait for gates. So if we go to the back, Turkish Airways inbound from London City. Here's our Turkish inbound from Istanbul. Ryanair, I've forgotten where that one came from. And if we go along here, so we've got a Ryanair on its way out, but further round the WestJet is still awaiting its gate, and we've got an EasyJet inbound from London Gatwick. What time's that one, Gary?
9:59. That's your military.
What time? 9:59?
9:59.
Oh, so we're going to get it? Oh, I like that. So we got-
Cessna Citation Ultra
Ah.
from Wiesbaden.
Oh, I noticed that listed yesterday, but there was no aircraft detailed. Wiesbaden. Now I think about it, I don't think I've seen an Ultra before either. Not knowingly.
Dennis Patterson mode when came from Germany was with his input.
So there we are, folks, our brand new British Airways A321 Neo. As I was saying earlier on in the show, only delivered on the 18th of July, last in Edinburgh on the 23rd of July. Shortly to return to Heathrow. And as Donald Sun says, yep, US Air Force citation due in 10 minutes. That's the one.
Abby Garvey will catch that landing at Heathrow.
This baby? Absolutely. Coming your way, Abby.
You want pictures, Abby?
Yeah, you heard it here.
He's on her way.
To point, there to point. So folks, we are into the last half hour of the show. I think that's about a fair thing to say. We've got a bonus inbound US Air Force aircraft, so that's fan Davidosi. As Robbo says, US Army UC-35 Cessna 560. We're on it.
I'm going to registration, I guess, but the US one.
It's always nice to catch something we weren't expecting to get. And
Remember a
today's-
while back I posted a picture of Golf November Echo Oscar Whiskey, and I titled it the fastest 321 in the West. Not a lot of people got it.
I'm slow with stuff like that. You
November
know that.
Echo Oscar Whiskey. Meow.
Honestly. I think Gary's probably quite good at cryptic crosswords as well, which I definitely ain't. Next inbound for us is an EasyJet, but I think we've got somebody else lined up to depart. A Ryanair, bread and butter.
You'll be halfway up the road to Aberdeen and you'll have a giggle to yourself and that just...
Trouble is, when you're in streaming mode, you don't absorb much external either. It's surreal, really. This one off to Rhodes. Lovely destination, lovely. We've got an ATR in the background as well. Okay, windsock. Still not doing a zabulous amount. Southwesterly, still prevailing. Just going to rest us on that DHL 757 while I have a quick battery check. Good morning, Frederick Frog. Hope you're doing well. Well, I suppose I'd better film that as a little short clip, you know, the inbound US plane. Special moments you want to capture. Right, ATR lined up. Do you know what, in the last show there was an ATR which I was looking at the Loganair livery and it looked odd, but I couldn't work out why. And then when I was looking at Airliner World, apparently Loganair have got one that's a special Isle of Man livery.
Yeah, it's green on it.
Yeah, slap bang in the middle. It was such a relief to realise there really was something different about it. The Isle of Man's airline rather than Scotland's airline. Les Donaldson just teeing us up on the WestJet Dreamliner, due at 10:10. Oh, blimey. If this gets off the ground, it's telescope. Nah, all right.
Oh, wow.
That was close. That was nearly telescope 21. Can't be much on that.
Your DHL is Golf Bravo Mike Romeo Delta 757236, which meant it was a British Airways.
Is that what it was in its former life? Let's just put the camera back on it.
I believe that to be an Air Europe.
Yeah? That's the other thing I love about the 75s. You know, the ones that have gone through multiple ownerships, and it's almost like flicking back through a historical file. HTC, that was close. Just checking out some of that turbo prop emoji action. You're right, Gary Fleming. Lucky. Although, if I'm going to have any luck, I want to keep it for something else.
Keep it for other things.
Because I'm going to need it. You know I'm going to need it. Gino Latino, hello to you. Yeah, we love Loganair too. It's a definite favourite of mine. EasyJet next one in, and that'll be a 320 Neo from Birmingham. Registered Guzzlek, which sounds like some kind of, I don't know, Lord of the Rings kind of creature. Golf Uniform Zulu Lima Kilo. Anyway, that's the inbound plane. There's Donaldson. The Derby County, it won't be, is that the full strip? Do I have to wear the shorts and the socks as well as the wretched shirt? It would be a disaster if I had to wear the full Derby County kit. It just would. I'm looking at Gary and I'm thinking it would be the equivalent, and I'll just test this one, but I'm going to stand back.
Be careful.
Put a Rangers kit on, because you're a Celtic man, aren't you? So I'm thinking it would be hard to do, wouldn't it? You can't imagine a circumstance where you'd take that forfeit.
No.
Well, Derby are in that space. Although Eddie keeps on about it as well, so it's not just Les. Eddie's got this, he thinks it'd be funny.
But you're a man for forfeits.
Not that kind of forfeit. That's shame.
There's a line.
There's a line, yeah. Everyone's got personal standards. And there's no way back, is there, from that? Now I've got something else I'm flirting with at the minute, but I just need to check Mrs. PSA's okay with it, because I don't know why, but she does love me. So I've seen a couple of these microlights, you know, the two-seater ones. And I'm thinking that looks crackers insane. And yeah,
No.
there you go.
That's the line. That's crossing the line.
I don't know. I'd rather do that than wear a Derby County shirt. So I'm thinking that would be really good, GoPro'd up. Anyway, Tiger Moth flight to do first.
Oh,
Don't want to get too far.
Open canopy cockpit.
Yeah, I've never done that before, and I might decide that open canopy ain't for me.
I've done it years ago in gliders.
All right, Eddie's done gliders.
The air training corps.
Keeping it clean because I know kids. Yeah, Eddie was air training corps. Was that catapult launch in those days?
Yep.
I mean, that's just monster insane.
Just over Kip Newton. Not very far from here. Side by side.
I can remember. I mentioned this in previous shows with Eddie. Dropping Eddie off at RAF Shawbury. Me and his mother dropped him off for the weekend, and as we approached, a glider came in like at, I don't know, 100 foot, something like, on finals. And because Mrs. PSA hadn't really thought about this in any great depth, they were like, we're letting him do that?
Yeah.
Well, what are we thinking?
And they didn't, in the days they didn't have a wheel as such in the front, it was a skid.
That sounds even hairier, doesn't it? The skid. Anyway.
I remember I was about 15, 16 at the time when they were doing it. It was just before they introduced the new style of gliders.
Oh, hang on. Les Donaldson, he'd like a Dunfermline kit for Christmas. Oh no, I misread that. He wouldn't like it.
He's a RAF Rovers man then.
He's a Falkirk man.
In the Premier League this year.
Yeah, funny actually. Les hasn't mentioned that yet. I thought he would have done by now. All planes and trains alert. There you go. Bam. I do love it when that happens. That's another good thing about Almond Bank. You just get that quite often. Right, next inbound. Iberia. But hold that thought. We'll get this Ryanair up in the sky. Do you know what? That WestJet still needs homing. Anyway, inbound from Madrid, we've got, is this our third 321 of the show? I think it is. An Airbus A321 from courtesy of Iberia. And
Now there's an old livery that was nice.
it was, and now it's not as nice. No. I think Icelandic have gone down the same route, if I'm honest. In fact, you can tell it's from the same kind of stock design, can't you? And I care not one jot for it. When we did the Madrid stream, we did see I can't remember what it was now, but it was in I think it was an ATR. Anyway, it had got the old retro one. Oh, lovely.
Floating.
Let's have a look. Back to the WestJet. I'm a sucker for an attractive livery. So HGC welcomes in the 321 with a trio of A321 emojis. Oh, Les Donaldson says RAF Falcon 900. I love that plane. Is that 32 squadrons? Is there some sort of NATO thing going on here? Where's that? Don't tell me it's going to be here at 11 o'clock. So I'm presuming the United States Army arrival from Wiesbaden, if I've said that correct. A Cessna UC-35A Citation Ultra. I haven't seen one of these before, I'm certain. That's a newie for me, so if you're like me, new to this, all to play for. Currently at 1,300 feet. So where's this RAF? Just so. Oh dearie me, I'm getting all excitable. Well, Les is teasing me, and it's due in at 2 o'clock this afternoon. You know, I'm easily teased. Taking the routing for Edinburgh, it's a question of how far out. Perhaps a couple of generals are going to be hunkering down for croissants and coffee to talk.
Maybe here to appear in the tattoo.
Well, who knows? Oh, less than 15 minutes, he thinks, for the Falcon. That's going to be the final plane of the show. We'll have it. I love that plane. It's one of my absolute favourites. In fact, it will be my plane of the day.
Is this the one with the UK flag on it?
Yeah. I love it. I love the plane anyway. You could put a different livery on it. Right, let's get this on. I'll go silent now while I'm recording. Okay, well, that was a treat. I enjoyed that. Hope everybody at home did too. Or home and work, depending on where you're watching. Plane of the day, says Les. I think at the minute that is so for me, but if I get to see that Dassault 900, I'll have a decision to make. Because something gorgeous that's seen for the first time can't be unseen again, can it?
No.
And there's the thing. Seeing something you've seen before but love, but you've seen before and you'll see again, I don't know. You can see the conflict I've got.
In the flesh, but
hopefully I'll get a snap of it when this one's taken off. This one, check me out. Off to Paris Charles de Gaulle goes this. Oh cripes, it's got away from me. It's A320. Yeah. Yeah, me going there. Same blue. This is Loganair. Yeah. And the RJ145. Guess it better be. Now I've called it.
you go.
Oh damn it, it's got past me.
Got to be a little GAQ.
Oh, ATR going out short. I'm going to say Dublin because I'm pretty sure that, yeah, Dublin departure.
There's a nice line up the tails there.
It's a nice line-up, nice contrast, isn't it?
colourful,
Yeah, I might take a still of that actually. John Kenneth Williams. Good morning, John Kenneth. How goes it? Robbo says, and I'm out of date with the message, but that Falcon passed Peebles. There we go, short takeoff. Shall we get any of it rotating? Yeah. Nicely done. There's a colourful forecourt. Quick snap of that, so I've just paused your screen. Tony Cage. Good morning, Tony. Hope you're keeping well, pal. Inbound, some transatlantic action courtesy of United Airlines from Chicago. This is the delayed 8:25 arrival. Must have lost a bit of time mid-Atlantic because when I checked at 3:30 this morning it was shaping to be in around 9 o'clock. But whether it was transponding and hadn't taken off at that point, I don't know. Anyway, pleasure deferred and all that. We're going to get another 757, and what do we like? We tend to like 757s at plain sailing aviation. Anyway, let's get to it. And the fine pencil to our collection. This particular one, 29 years of age. Oops, sorry, I just caught the camera there, sorry team, on the panning handle. So we've got a Jet 2, not JetBlue or Jet New, but Jet 2, push back and turned. Oh dear. Anyway, this is off to Split.
I'll get me coat.
Right, so where are we now? 10:06. So let's just go into battery conservation mode. Should have enough juice left in the camera for that. As I say, with the demands of today, we're going to have to be creative on power. But we're nothing if not creative, so... Good morning, Goosey. Hope you're doing well. We need a propeller thingy, as in an emoji thingy. We've got the turboprops one, but I must admit, propeller-wise, it could probably do with something a bit louder and prouder. So assuming we're talking propeller emoji, I'll get Eddie to get us a bigger one. Good shout. Exactly what we want. Right, inbound, Loganair. Inbound from Sunborough is a ATR 72600, 9 years of age. Just about got visual on it. I'll pop you good people onto it in a jiffy. Now I think going back to the turboprop thing, because you've got to keep your emojis freshened up as well, I do think something that's a bit bigger would be quite a nice refreshment. So we'll have a look at that. I must admit, it's been in the back of my head for a while. Doesn't mean necessarily we'll kill off the one we've currently got. We'll generate an option, and I think we'll just put it back to the members and say, which do you want, this or that? Kind of how we do it at Plain Sailing Aviation. There's our ATR. Right, so it's all about the WestJet Dreamliner. Now if that was coming our way, I'd be a happy kitten.
That's your DHL.
Oh, and it's Hawkeye New is showing me, in fact, well, you know what DHL looks like, so we've got a DHL 757 at stand here. It's showing me a cracking picture of its days in British Airways colours with a special rose tail thing. Is that what it is, Chelsea Rose? Yeah. See, they've got more creative in those days. So yeah, WestJet Dreamliner and that Falcon, they're the two ones that we need to finish. Technically speaking, we should be finished in 5 minutes. It's going to be interesting. Keith Cornell, good luck at the dentist. Although luck's never in it, really, is it?
They're a braver man than me.
Trouble is with broken tooth, you kind of want to take it out yourself, don't you, when you get into that space? Arriving in NA. Is that it? Oh right, we've got, that's the RAF one, yeah?
Yep.
I'll go silent then and put it on record. So our Falcon is on its way in. That is my plane of the day. I know I've seen it before,
Yeah.
and maybe I'm swayed by the colourful tail fin. Definitely, I'm a bit of a magpie when it comes to stuff. But I'm afraid, yeah, Gary Fleming, Sarah Louise, Robbo, I'm not alone. Gary's looking at me, he's giving me what they used to call an old-fashioned look, like I've gone bonkers. And I can see the dilemma, I can. Who would have thought at the start of the show we'd be discussing the merits of a plane of the day that didn't involve the WestJet Dreamliner or the Canadian Dreamliner or the Qatar A350, you know, all the other stuff. Right.
It's a kind of thing that grows on you, really, doesn't it?
Right, this is the next bit. I'm going to have to get super switched. Final plane of the show. We're going to finish bang on time, Gary. Bang on time. Looks that way. It's 10:13. We've got a WestJet Dreamliner in from Calgary, departed 7 hours 38 minutes ago. 4 years of age is the plane. It's just about to make landfall, so we're going to go to that in a minute. In fact, let's just get ready. I'm not going to go to camera at the end of the show like I usually do, despite my swanky new haircut. 2 on the top, 1 on the back and sides. I am going to do thank yous very quickly though. We'll do this from this side of the camera. So I just wanted to say, doubling down really on thank you so much to Teresa Carver for joining the PSA Crew Lounge, and also HGC for passing 4 months with the channel. Thank you, moderators team as well. You know, Alexandra Wood, Les Donaldson. Thank you so much for your support. I think I'm going to record this inbound plane too, actually. So I'll go quiet now and then say a final thank you as soon as we've landed this. Okay folks, that is it. So let's just check all ship shape in the chat. There's nothing final for me to say hello to, goodbye to. You've been absolutely awesome. I really look forward to hopefully seeing you all in Aberdeen in a few hours time. And if you can't make that, remember we are back on from Aberdeen early tomorrow, but hopefully we'll get to catch you in both. But in the meantime, thanks for your support, take care, and see you soon.
Cheerio now.
That's from Gary, over and out.